What's going on, everybody? Devore Havoc Shake, G Money. This is the Not for Debate podcast. We are live on Facebook and on YouTube. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe button, and most definitely share. Fellas, what's going on?
Oh man, same old, man. You know,
Chilling, man. Chilling.
It's another beautiful day in Zamunda.
It's another day basically. not much has changed the past year.
It is a great day today, Havoc, because today is our official NFL 2021 mock draft.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, real quick, I did want to make a couple of announcements. So we have our NFL draft party that is going to be the 29th at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Gives everybody an opportunity to come into the live stream, voice their opinion on their team, and come in and hang out. You know what I'm saying? So for those in the comment sections, be looking forward to that. Also, be sure to, well, right now we're sitting at over 350 likes on the Facebook Not for Debate Facebook page. We encourage everybody to go over to the Not for Debate Facebook page and like the page. That would be much appreciated. But other than that, today is a big day. Got the NFL 2021 mock draft going on here. Highly anticipated. Basically, how this is going to go is first things first. I didn't want to make this too confusing than it already is. We're just going to we're going to cover the first 16 picks, and then probably this next Saturday is going to be the next 16 picks. And no trades are necessary in this draft. Like I said, we don't want to make this difficult than it already is. Just from 1 all the way 16, don't need to be tricky. Just at that draft pick, what player needs to go where. Simple as that. So, fellas, I rearranged us on the screen, so it's going to go from G Money, Shake to Havoc, and I'm going last. And starting up, first things first, we have, excuse me, I'm messed up over here. Give me 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves.
By the way, I want to do my announcement if you don't mind, then.
Yes, go ahead. Why didn't you remind me before I decided to get into what I needed to say? But yes, go ahead. Shake has an announcement.
All right. One of my mentors told me, he's the one who taught me a lot about football. And every time I make an outlandish statement, he'll tell me, Shake, put your money on the wood.
Okay.
So, anyway, I'm going to do that. And as a matter of fact, starting this football season, whenever I put my money on the wood, if I lose, the audience wins. So I'm going to kick it off by saying I am so confident that the Dolphins are going to have Tua as the starting quarterback that if the Dolphins draft another quarterback in the first round or trade for Watson before the season starts, I will donate to the channel $100 in NFL merch so you could buy Tua's replacement jersey.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
I see that. You know,
I'm putting my money on the wood.
They say money on the wood makes the game go good, right?
Mm-hmm.
I see it.
So it's a strong possibility that Tua's replacement may already be on the roster.
Where?
Who?
Jacoby Brissett.
Nah, stop it.
Yeah, that's funny.
I'm just keeping it 100, as Havoc says, keeping it a buck. It's a possibility.
You know, Jacoby Brissett has had the opportunity to displace several people of their starting quarterback position. And look, man, he's a durable, reliable backup quarterback. So I like having him on the roster.
And there's a possibility that Rosen might be the starter for San Fran too.
Yeah, those chances at this point is slim to none currently right now.
Oh my gosh!
So without further ado, we just gonna go ahead and just jump into the mock draft. G Money, you're on deck right now. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars are currently on the clock. Where are you going with this pick?
I mean, it's obvious, right? I mean, everybody's going to pick the same. Trever Lawrence. I mean, come on. Trever Lawrence at number one. You got to pick him. That's not a question.
Any disagreements there?
No.
Jake?
Nope.
Put your money on the wood.
And I don't necessarily think Trevor Lawrence is the best quarterback in the draft, but he will be going number one.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. He doesn't think Trevor Lawrence is the best quarterback in the draft.
No, I don't.
Okay. Hopefully, when the quarterback, if he ends up coming off the board this evening, hopefully you elaborate on which quarterback that is the best quarterback in the draft, because that's seriously putting your money on the wood.
It is.
Okay. I'll lay it on there.
Okay. Shake. Number
Zach
2
Wilson.
overall. Zach Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I had that too.
Yeah. I agree with that too. I think it's gonna be Zach Wilson number 2, because they're throwing around that special tag with him. So yeah, I'm gonna go with him at number 2.
Mm-hmm. And I can see them trading, getting some, because like you said about the whole last team, I could see either them getting Sam Darnold for future, getting future, for future assets to the team. Don't know where he's gonna get traded, but he'll net him some more picks down the line.
So everybody's on board with Zach Wilson. You did that with no hesitation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're just gonna go ahead and get rid of Sam Darnold.
I mean, do you want to throw your future with him? Like, do you want to build your future with him? He's not.
I mean,
he's
I
not
like
the
him.
future. I like him, but yeah.
Here's my problem. So
his window closed up. His window closed up with the Jets, man.
I wouldn't say that, because now you have a new head coach, you have a new general manager. 9 times out of 10, quarterbacks that's already in the building don't usually survive with the organization when you end up cleaning house. So that's probably the only reason why I would say move on from Sam Darnold. But the reason why I would say you should hold on to Sam Darnold is because there wasn't any offensive weapons surrounding him for him to be successful since he's been in New York. So that would be my only reason why I would end up keeping Sam Darnold.
You know, I think to a certain extent, when you have a new administration come, it's almost like fumigating a house that has cockroaches. You know, you got to open up the windows and you got to air the place out.
Right.
I'm not saying that everything. I mean, the reason why the Jets are trash is because of Sam Darnold, but the stink of the past few years is still on him. So if they want to reboot and retool, they got to air the house out. They got to open the windows up. You know, they got to get the stink out.
Well, I could agree. I'm agree with you on DeVore. If I was the Jets, I would keep Sam Darnold because they have a great offensive coordinator this time, unlike the last crappy offensive coordinator they had. Anyway, and I would have drafted Penei Sewell. So Penei Sewell with Micah Becton, you'll have the 2 best offensive tackles. You will build a wall that is very impenetrable, and I think that you could help build Sam Darnold with that wall that you could build with Penei and Micah Becton. That's what I would do. But what I would do and what's going to happen are 2 different things. So
now here's the thing, though. Even though we're all on the same page as far as drafting Zach Wilson, tight end Kyle Pitts. That would be the ultimate weapon for Sam Darnold, where there end up being no excuses whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, to a certain extent, but it's kind of here's the thing, because I think Kyle Pitts will be successful wherever he goes in the NFL.
Exactly.
He just appears to be that type of talent where it doesn't matter what situation he's in, he's going to do what he does. So you can make an argument that they should draft Kyle Pitts. You can make the argument they should draft Penei Sewell. What I'm saying is, if the Jets are going to rebuild, You don't
Start
want
fresh.
to have a quarterback on his second contract eating up your salary cap room. So just from an economic standpoint, it's better to move off of him because you're not expecting any success. So you're gonna pay Sam Darnold, and then you're gonna be kind of okay maybe the first 2 or 3 years, and then you might make a run at something, and by then he might be eyeing down his third contract. And in that same meantime, the quarterback you draft now may be coming up on his second deal. So from an economic standpoint, it just makes more sense for the Jets to start fresh with a new quarterback.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and then trade him for some draft picks, and that's just like Shake said. So yeah, I agree.
Okay. So before we move on to the third pick, what do you think you're gonna get for Sam Darnold?
Ooh boy, yeah, even though Bill O'Brien is out the league, there's always a Bill O'Brien in the league.
Well,
You get a second round.
Hey, look, a fool, and his draft picks are soon parted. Someone will take him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All I know is we better pray that Bill Belichick doesn't get him.
Oh yeah.
I don't think they would trade within the division, to be honest. But never say never, right?
No, but here's what you can do. Bill Belichick says, "Hey, give him you give him your second. I've seen it happen. You give him, he trades him to another division, and that division ends up trading him to Belichick for a higher price."
I will say,
That happens. Yeah.
I saw Bill Belichick give up a second round pick for Mohamed Sanu.
That was a fool's choice.
So he, all that discipline that people talk about with New England, that's with the greatest handicap in NFL history. When you got Tom Brady making $15 million a year, so of course you can be disciplined, but now he's got to play with the same set of rules every other franchise has got to play with. So we'll see.
All right, Havoc, you're about to end up being on the clock.
Yeah.
The San Francisco 49ers, formerly the former pick ended up being the Miami Dolphins pick at number 3.
Mm-hmm.
The 49ers ended up sending the 49ers ended up sending the Dolphins the 12th overall pick, along with a first and a third round pick in the 2022 draft.
Yeah.
And also another first round pick in the 2023 draft. So, again, the 49ers are currently on the clock. Where are you going?
The 49ers need to run, not walk, run to the podium and draft Justin Fields.
Okay.
I think for me, when I'm looking at the quarterbacks, I'm looking at the total. I'm looking at everything. Man, Justin Fields looks like he might be that guy. He might be Cam Newton that can throw a little bit better. That's kind of the way I look at Justin Fields. And considering Cam was a league MVP at one point in his career, not a bad bet. So I'm going with Justin Fields.
Let me ask you a question. Is that the QB who's better than Trever Lawrence? Is that who you were talking about or no? We didn't get to him yet?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think if it was me, I would take Justin Fields over Trever Lawrence.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh man. I would say Mac Jones.
You wanna elaborate on why you say Mac Jones?
Well, because I listened to Chris Sims a lot, and
that's your problem.
Trust me, I trust his evaluation over most people here. So even me. So here's the thing. One thing he did point out, and you can't argue. At the end of the day, every system has their quarterback. All right. So if you look at Mac Jones, he's more of the mode of a Jimmy G. He's more of the mode of a Kirk Cousins. He's more of the mode of a Matt Ryan than Justin Fields is. So given his history and given the type of quarterbacks he used in the past, except for the exception of RG3, which could be considered Justin Fields, but he is more comfortable with that mode of the Alabama quarterback.
Well,
So that's why it's I understand where you're coming from, that he's a better athlete, but at the end of the day, it's about something is only as valuable as the person that's willing to pay for it. You know what I mean? So and I think that he checks all of Kyle Shanahan's boxes versus Fields.
See, I had somebody different. I had what's this guy? Trey Lance from what's that college? I just think that he fits better. He's also athletic. I had him going to San Francisco.
I can see that too.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting when I look at Mac Jones. I see Teddy Bridgewater. I see a guy that can maybe be a starter, but if he is your starter, you're probably looking for an upgrade. At best. But I mean, look, when the Giants took Daniel Jones, everybody was like, had their heads turned. So we'll see, because I remember in that draft, Daniel Jones was supposed to be outside of the top 10. They took him at number 5. So
6, actually.
Number 6, yeah, number 6. So, hey, maybe. I mean, probably not, but maybe. Ooh. Over Trey Lance.
I'm going to have to agree with Havoc. Now, going back to you, Shake.
Oof.
With Chris Sims saying that the Shanahans are going to go with Mac Jones, he also said that Kyle Shanahan is one of his best friends. So my thing is, why would he tell the world what player that his best friend's team's going to draft? Wouldn't that give up all the leverage?
What leverage? That's why he moved, because he knew already that the Zach Wilson and Trever Lawrence are going to go. That's why they moved up to number 3. So there's no leverage. Ain't nobody.
There's lots of leverage. You still got 3 quarterbacks on the board that you could decide from: Fields, Jones, and Lance. By the way,
so if he wanted Mac Jones, he knew that he's going to be there, because Zach Wilson and whatchamacallit be off the board, and nobody's going to. Jets are not going to move out of that pick, and neither is Jacksonville. So the likelihood of somebody to jump up in front of those 2 spots to get Mac Jones are impossible.
Ooh, man, I'll say this much. This is before I had a full knowledge of. I still don't have the full knowledge, but I had an understanding somewhat of the first round. And then maybe a month ago or so, someone said, "Yeah, where do you like Mac Jones in the first round of the draft?" And I said, "Mac Jones in the first rounds? What are y'all talking about?"
As far as the quarterback class,
Jones.
Havoc, I feel like Mac Jones will end up going in the first round, but that's going to end up coming down to priority of need.
Exactly, because you know what? We see this every single year. What happens at the top of the draft? They say this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. What happens every single year? There's a run on quarterbacks early. It happens every single year. There's a run on quarterbacks early.
Yeah, but here's the thing too, to counter your argument. The year before Kyler Murray was drafted, the year before Kyler Murray was drafted, you'd be like, Kyler Murray at 1, you'd be like, who's that? A lot of the people that were slated at number 1 for the last few years weren't slated at number 1 before the season started.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow wasn't slated to be number 1 2 years ago.
Yeah. Joe Burrow wasn't slated to be a draft pick before he went to LSU.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think this year, I think Trever is going number 1. I don't see a surprise at Jacksonville.
Especially
see nobody else.
Especially if Urban Meyer is pulling the strings. He's definitely going with Trever Lawrence.
Actually, whatchamacallit, I know this for a fact. I heard Shad Khan's Shad Khan's press conference. He said that as of now, he's going to be the Jerry Jones. So it's up to him.
Oh, that's a terrible part.
So pretty much. So pretty much, Urban Meyer has no say on what quarterback's going or not.
I would.
I seriously doubt that. I doubt
Yeah,
that.
I think Urban Meyer's contract says something different.
Yeah.
But no, Shad. I'm telling you, Shad Khan said, "I'm making as of now. I'm making players."
I think there had to be some kind of ramifications to get Urban Meyer to go to the Jacksonville Jaguars.
From my understanding, Urban Meyers has the keys to the kingdom there.
Yeah, he put his feet on the table and said, I want full control of football operations, player personnel. I strongly believe that.
If Shad Khan says, draft this guy, Urban Meyer is going to say, look at my contract and know your role. Sign the check and keep it moving.
Yeah, your contract says I'm the owner. You have no say.
Okay. Hey, you know what Urban Meyer's contract?
Find somebody better. Go ahead.
Then you know what Urban Meyer's contract says? This is my buyout.
That's true.
All right, so number 4, I'm gonna go ahead and go. I'm on the clock with the Atlanta Falcons. Now, I was stuck between 2 players, but I think it's pretty obvious considering the Atlanta Falcons' pass defense was ranked 32nd in the league last year. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with Patrick Surtain, Alabama. He's coming off early.
Oh man, if the Falcons want to take Surtain, they need to trade down. Then he's going to be available around 9 or 10. But
I agree, Havoc. But there's just so many needs for the Falcons. There's so many needs. But I think as far as an immediate impact, pass defense 32nd, you got to improve. That's the pick.
I agree. I kind of went the other way. I went Jaylen Waddle. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong.
Waddle receiver.
Waddle, yeah. Alabama. Yeah, I went wide receiver. But the cornerback makes sense. I mean, their secondary was atrocious.
Yeah, I'd rather take Micah Parsons.
Oh, that's good.
I mean, and once again, we're talking without trades. So at number 4, I think it's going to be Trey Lance. I don't think. I know they still have Matt Ryan. They're not going to let a quarterback go because if they want to take Surtain, they're just going to trade down, in my opinion. Because they can still want Surtain, but yeah.
I thought about Trey Lance, giving him an opportunity to sit behind Matt Ryan, a chance to learn, because I don't think Trey Lance is an NFL starter right now. So
I mean, yeah, you could say that. You know, especially dudes coming from small school.
Yeah.
All right. Next up on the clock is the Cincinnati Bengals. You are up, G Money.
Penei. Sorry, if I pronounce these Penei Sewell, the offensive tackle, I think they need some work at the O line.
Finally, somebody with some sense.
Yes, I think that'd be a perfect fit for them. I wish I had the Dolphins up next because I got somebody I picked, but Shake has the Dolphins. So go ahead. But any disagreement on my pick?
Absolutely not. You got to protect the quarterback. I find it hard to believe that any mock draft that I've sat down and I've watched, they end up having the Cincinnati Bengals end up taking a receiver. But it does make sense. You want to pair Jamar Chase with Joe Burrow since they play with each other at LSU. Mm-hmm. But the most immediate need for the Cincinnati Bengals, and Penei Sewell just slipped all the way down to the 5th pick. You gotta go Sewell. Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, when the number 1 pick of the draft tears his ACL because his O-line got pushed back into him, and Chase Young, Chase Young does what Chase Young does, and the Washington front line did what they did. First thing once you get the bag, you have to secure the bag, right? If Joe Burrow's the bag, Penei Sewell is securing the bag. So
exactly. Yeah, especially since you got to play Pittsburgh and the Browns and Baltimore, which have killer pass rushers on the edge. You're gonna need the help.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
So Sewell is coming off the board. All right, Shake. Next up on the clock is the Miami Dolphins. Now, before you make this pick, don't fuck this pick up. I will correct you if you fuck this pick up. So go ahead.
He's gonna fuck it up. I already know he's gonna pick it.
Come on. I'm already pointing to it.
Kyle Pitts, man. Yeah,
Kyle
did I get it right?
Pitts?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
You know
That's
what?
who I had too. That's why I had.
I feel like, to be honest with you, Shake, I feel like you was just trying to avoid Kyle Pitts from going to any other team. You just wanted to save it for the Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe.
Well, number one, I'm gonna give you my reasons. All right.
Okay.
Number one, Gesicki's on his rookie contract, and you got to pay him, so you could easily let him go. Number two, one of our co-offensive coordinators is a tight ends coach who, coincidentally, coached up Gronkowski when he was a rookie. Gotzi. And number three, since they're gonna run that kind of like that New England, Alabama, they use 2 tight end sets. That'll be perfect. He's gonna be a mismatch. You could play him on the boundary, and you could play him on inside. So he's also gonna be great for the run game because he's a better blocker than Gesicki is. So you're gonna upgrade your tight end position, and you're gonna give Tua a security blanket. So those are my reasons.
See, that's a smart pick, and the Dolphins should do it. But knowing the Dolphins, they probably won't. Probably won't. They probably won't.
You know what? That would be the logical pick. But to be honest with you, knowing the Dolphins the way that I know the Dolphins, they'll probably
get Devontae Smith.
I don't think they'll go Devontae Smith, but I feel like they're going to go Jaylen Waddle.
Yeah,
I think they'll go Jaylen Waddle.
I think every time Devontae Smith weighs in, he weighs less and less. So they're wondering about him, but
they got to put Devontae on a postage scale.
in my opinion, Kyle Pitts has the potential to be the ultimate X factor at the NFL team. Level. Yeah, at the end, he has the potential to be the ultimate X factor, and I think before all the pro days started popping off, I was like, it's looking like it's gonna be Jamar Chase, who I think NFL comparison wise, I think his equivalent is likely Odell Beckham Jr. Probably without that level of hands, but pretty similar, I would say. But Kyle Pitts, he's just one of them rare breeds where if he's on the board, you can't let him go. And I understand the Dolphins need wide receivers badly, but how badly do you need wide receivers if you can try it out Pitts?
Bro, I mean, at this point, really, I'm tired of hearing Dolphins fans, and
we do need wide receivers though.
Draft evaluators have us take a receiver. Come on, Havoc. You just got Will Fuller. Devontae Parker gonna be back. Preston Williams gonna be back. We still haven't released Albert Wilson yet. We haven't released Allen Hurns yet.
That's why I still have Kyle Pitts.
Okay, well, we still have developmental. We have to develop Lim Bowden. We have receivers. Why is that a need so high on the need chart?
I think a lot of people saw the last game of the season, and that's why they put it so high up on that chart. But listen, we could use either one of them. I think the thing is, for the Dolphins, you can still find wide receiver talent later on in the draft. There's only one Kyle Pitts in the draft.
I agree.
For sure.
For me,
plus, to be honest, Havoc, I don't think any of those receivers on the board right now would beat anybody on the depth chart.
That's a lie.
What?
They're all beating Jakeem Grant on the depth chart.
As being a starter, you're not beating out Will Fuller. You're not beating out Devontae Parker. You're not beating out Preston Williams. That's dead.
Debatable.
No, it's not. It's fact. It's fact.
That's very debatable. Preston Williams. You think Preston Williams got a vice grip on his position on this team?
Absolutely.
Come on now.
Well, Preston Williams got the only thing I think he has is whatchamacallit. whatchamacallit, RSVP for the hospital. That's pretty much what
Yeah,
Preston
man.
Williams has.
Preston Williams is starting to turn into a training table all-star. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how much of a lock he has on this position, because I think people were looking for a level of progression from him year 2. And in my opinion, from what I saw in my eyes, Preston Williams is starting to fall into the player I think he will be as an NFL player, which is, a rotational wide receiver, a target, a big target.
Here's the thing. Again, this receiver was an undrafted free agent.
Mm-hmm.
Came onto the scene for the Dolphins.
He's never seen week 9.
And has been a starter. And you know how Brian Flores is with competition. Now, you had Alan Hearns on the table as far as
Alan Hearns is not competition to anybody.
Oh, okay, well, I'm just saying, by Preston Williams being a starter back-to-back years and considering the fact that he was an undrafted free agent, they like what they see out of Preston Williams as far as practice is concerned. So there is no way none of these receivers in this draft are better than Preston Williams.
That's a lie. Jamar Chase is clearly better than Preston Williams.
Now, durability, okay, you got me. Now, with durability, that could be a tricky thing. Jamar Chase, Jaylen Waddle, Devontae Smith, they can end up being hurt. Then we right back at square one. So I don't like putting injury in the equation. But Preston Williams, hands down, is better than all the receivers in this draft, right? As far as being a starter. Whose pick is it?
It's Havoc.
It's Havoc's pick.
Havoc.
Well, yeah. So we've moved on from the Dolphins, yeah?
Yes, we are officially moving on with the Dolphins.
Okay.
We agree that Kyle Pitts is the pick.
Okay.
Detroit, right? Yeah.
Now we're on the Detroit Lions on the clock. Havoc, you on deck.
Well, in my opinion, the Lions, they just lost a gang of wide receivers. Marvin Jones, gone. Golladay, gone. Who's up there on the board, sitting right there for the Detroit Lions, waiting to go into NFL purgatory, where he will get numbers and nothing else, is Jamar Chase going to the Detroit Lions. Good luck. We won't be hearing from you as long as you're up there.
Bear with me for a second. I gotta talk to Samp in the chat real quick. I'm a type, so go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would say that's a good one, but I would say also to Javon Chase, because they need receivers. They. But does Jamar Chase bite kneecaps?
Wait, what does that even mean? Does he bite kneecaps?
It's referring to Dan Campbell's press conference where he lets out of his players.
Yeah, no. Yeah, Dan Campbell.
I had the same exact pick. I think they need wide receivers, but yeah, he's going to purgatory. Hopefully, it works out for them, but I just don't see the Lions doing anything. But he's going to get numbers, but not a career. Like it's not going to amount to nothing. So, unfortunately, yeah.
I was going to go with Devontae Smith. So, receiver, we're on the same page with that.
Okay.
That's my pick.
Yeah, that's on you.
My pick,
Carolina.
We got the Carolina Panthers. Now,
here we go.
They were in the conversation with the Deshaun Watson sweepstakes. They were clearing up cap space, and I believe they were the front runners to end up landing a Deshaun Watson. But at this point, due to Deshaun Watson issues, I don't feel like that's going to happen anytime soon. So the Carolina Panthers, sitting at number 8, are going to end up drafting quarterback Trey Lance out of North Dakota.
See, I had Mac Jones going to Carolina.
Oh, don't worry. I got a perfect place for Mac Jones to go.
I'll say this much. Carolina wishes they could snatch up Trey Lance. I don't think Trey Lance is making it to 8. So we all know Teddy Bridgewater is not the guy. I mean,
yes.
he's a placeholder, but he's not the guy.
Right.
Now, you have a coach there, Matt Rule, who came from college, and has the term that I hate more than any other term is quarterback whisperer. But they say it applies to him. I don't know if Matt Rule looks at Mac Jones and wants to bet the farm on Mac Jones, but I don't think he has any choice.
So
I
what,
think
you're
if,
saying
I
that's
think
your
if I,
pick?
I'm saying I don't think the Panthers should take Mac Jones, but I think they will take Mac Jones.
Yeah, I can see that. He's available.
Yeah. They can't. Especially new coach. New coaches love new quarterbacks, like a fat kid loves cake. So
We come with J. Cole now.
actually, no. That's
50.
50
That's
cent.
50.
That's 50
Yeah,
cent.
that's 50.
Yeah.
That's
I
fair.
love you like a
Yeah, I
fat
love
kid
you like a
loves
fat
cake.
kid loves cake. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you
My
never know.
nod wink and to make you smile. I said, "Girl, come on, come on now."
But here's the thing. Here's the thing too. You gotta remember, Matt Rule came from the college, so he probably recruited a lot of these quarterbacks that are coming out right now. So
Now, I will say this much, even though we're not talking about trades. Carolina, keep an eye out for them in terms of maybe trying to get into that fourth spot and slip up and try and get a Trey Lance.
Oh yeah.
They would be my prime candidate. Package at number 8, give up something else, try and move up to 4. I would not be surprised.
I could see that. Yeah.
If we on the topic, I feel like the Patriots might be the team to move up in the draft to get a Trey Lance, possibly.
Yeah, they're great candidates as well. 100.
I think Mac Jones fits with Belichick more than Trey Lance.
I agree with that too. But if you're trading up, I think Trey Lance might be the better prospect than Mac Jones.
Yeah, I mean definitely from an athletic standpoint, it's no question.
And for him to learn behind Cam Newton too.
Cam Newton's a pro.
If that's the direction that they plan on going with their offense, is a RPO, new school way of moving the football up and down the field, Trey Lance is the guy.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. I would agree. I mean, I don't know. Every time I look at Mac Jones, man, I get Nick Foles vibes.
That's
great.
All right, G Money.
Hold on, real quick. I think it's better to swap picks real quick. Let DeVore get this one, because when DeVore gets again, it's going to be on the Eagles. So
No. Actually, yeah. You know what? That's good. Go ahead. You're right. I like that. Yeah.
You want this pick, Shake?
No. Let you get this pick. That way, when it comes back to 12, the 12 is Eagles, so he could get the 12th pick.
So you want me to do the Broncos?
Yeah.
The Broncos. All right. So Denver right now. I'm going since Vic Fangio is a defensive guy. I'm going to go ahead and go with Micah Parsons. He's interchangeable in the defense. We don't know what we're going to do with Von Miller just yet. You can put Micah Parsons at the middle linebacker position. He's built like a middle linebacker, sitting at 245 pounds. I think he's the next Deion Jordan. How about that? Deion Jordan 2.0 right there.
Ooh.
I had the same exact pick, Micah Parsons. I had the same exact pick, so I agree with you.
Oh man.
Well, what's up, Havoc?
That's
and
tough.
He can make Von Miller tradable.
So I think the question is Drew Lock the starting quarterback in the future for the Broncos?
I'll give him one more year.
Okay, give him one more year. Yeah, I mean, if it's me, here's the thing. If there's one thing that the Broncos usually don't do, it's mess up the draft. I'll give them that much. They're usually pretty on point. In my opinion, man, if Micah Parsons still on the board, man, they got to take him.
How long has Elway been there as far as
A while.
football operations? A while, right? Yeah. So he's
Yeah.
been pretty good with drafting guys. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Well, he's no longer the GM. He's the president of the operations, but he stepped down as GM.
Yeah.
Somebody else.
Oh,
is.
okay.
He could never draft it. I'll tell you the one thing John Elway could never draft was a quarterback.
Yep. He drafted a lot of them.
He
Is
tried.
that a slight? Is that a slight at Tim Tebow?
You mean the baseball player?
Who retired from baseball?
You talking about the Mets minor league outfielder? Come on.
Well,
now.
he retired. So.
Oh yeah. The announcer.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that is a slide at Tim Tebow.
Well, he didn't draft him. Whatchamacallit? Jeff.
That's a different conversation for later.
McDaniels.
Yeah.
McDaniels who drafted him.
Josh McDaniels, yeah.
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 But
He didn't become
nice
GM
little
afterwards.
If they take Parsons, it's a nice. That's another brick in that Denver defense, man. That Denver defense is nothing to look to sneeze at. If they get Micah Parsons, add that to it.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Yeah.
So the next pick up is going to be the Dallas Cowboys.
Oof. Boy, do they need Patrick
Is it
Surtain?
going back? Is it going the other way? Is it going to Shake or me?
It's going to me. It's me, Havoc,
Okay.
then you.
Okay.
Because you took the fourth pick.
Okay, so yeah, so you're next between you and Shake, because you got the Giants next, and then 12 is the Eagles. So yeah, go ahead.
All right, hold on. I'm looking his name up because I know who I'm talking about.
I think I know who you're gonna pick too.
Who is it?
Is it an O line?
Nope.
Well,
No,
while
okay,
you do that, I'm going J.C. Horn.
Oh, well, listen.
Eh.
The Dallas Cowboys have had no cornerbacks. They literally had no cornerbacks last season. Patrick Surtain is sitting right there.
If he's there.
If he's there.
Because I strongly believe the Falcons will take him.
Ooh.
Mm.
Ooh. Well, if he's there, they'll take him. I will also grant you if he's not there. Ooh.
All right.
If he's not there, I would not be surprised if Jerry Jones takes Rashawn Slater.
Carla Farley, Virginia Tech. Carl Farley.
Here's my problem with Caleb Farley. Fairly. Him having that back surgery, I feel like his draft stock is going to drop substantially. I think he's going to end up being a second round pick at this point.
Yeah, I don't even know if Farley. I don't even know if Farley is a top 20 pick.
Mm-hmm.
It's just too bad because he has talent.
Yeah,
he has a height and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now I can see a team with aging defensive backs in the first round that don't have any other need could possibly roll the dice and take him. But for the Cowboys, I felt like they need an immediate capital letters. Immediate need at defensive back.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt about it. They have the worst passing defense in the whole league. Patrick Surtain sitting right. I mean, it'll be a tragedy if they don't take him.
He drafted. He already got him. He already picked for what team? For the Falcons. So he's gone. He's off the board.
I'm taking Surtain with Atlanta. I'm sitting on that pick.
I wouldn't be surprised, but
that's why I said Farley because Surtain is already off the board.
I'll take that back. Actually, I would only be surprised if they take him at 4 just because they can get him at 10. But we'll see.
Actually, I also had Surtain with going to the Cowboys in my draft. So, yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't be mad at the Surtain pick either, but again, he's already off the board, so that's why I went with him.
All right, Havoc, your hometown team currently. You're on deck with the New York Giants.
Yeah, I mean, so for me, the Giants had kind of unexpectedly, one of their DBs actually had a Pro Bowl caliber season. So we saw that they just had a heavy investment in Galladay. They still have Shepard, they still have Ingram, they still have some weapons at the wide receiver position. They still have Saquon. So for me, I think the Giants are going to take J.C. Horn. I think they're going to try and try and lock down their defense, and yeah.
That was not the way I was expecting that pick to go.
And I also think this is where we will officially go on Devontae Smith watch, as he I think he's going to drop a little bit.
I actually had an offensive lineman going to the Giants. Elijah, sorry if I got these names wrong. Elijah Vera Tucker. I think that they need to just a little bit more shore up their offensive line, but that's not a bad pick either. They need to shore up their defense. They need a defense because they already have the offense pretty much. So that pick that you had, that was great. Yeah,
I agree.
I didn't think about defense at all. It's crazy.
I was gonna go Kwity Paye, edge rusher.
That'll be good. Another good one.
Okay.
Because I feel like by you adding Adoree Jackson, and you already got Bradbury in the secondary.
Bradbury, right?
Xavier McKinney coming back from his injury. Jabril Peppers. The secondary is solid.
Yeah,
that's a solid secondary. So I think you just strengthen up the front seven, adding a pass rusher. Plus the Giants, they're known for dropping the pass rushers in the first round anyway, even if they don't even need pass rushers. So go ahead and go with the pass rusher, Kwity Paye.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, you got the ultimate say. So that's who you're drafting.
Yeah, I got J.C. Horn, but we'll see.
All right,
G Money.
All right, G
This
Money.
guy.
Moment of truth. You are the ambassador for all the Philly fans that are watching the channel right now. So you will most definitely feel the heat when this clip is posted up this week by the Philly fans.
I had J.C. Horn, but he's been taken by everybody. So I switched it for Devontae Smith. I'm taking him. He's not going to fall too far in the first round.
And he played with whatchamacallit in Alabama.
But Jalen Hurts played with Oklahoma. Oh, right. He played in Alabama too. You're right. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So I'm taking Smith. I think that he has great talent. I think he can help us. And he's just not going to go too far down low in the first round. Like somebody's going to get him. And if we can just maneuver our way to get him, that'll be good for us. But my first pick actually was J.C. Horn, but he's probably going to be picked up before we get a chance to him. So going wide receiver.
Yeah. I don't see Devontae Smith getting past Philly.
They need some weapons.
Oh,
yeah, they do. We definitely do.
Badly. Yeah. Devontae
What
Smith.
You think, boy?
Devontae Smith.
Your refrigerator is empty at receiver right now.
Yeah.
They may stumble upon Marvin Harrison 2.0.
True.
I mean, outside of him, it's hard for me to see another equivalent for Devontae Smith because he's not exactly a burner. He's fast, but he ain't exactly a burner.
Right.
He's got hands. He's got the route running. It's like, if he can stay durable, I think that's the difference between Marvin Harrison and probably other guys of his size. Is Marvin Harrison was pretty durable for a small guy. So, hey, if he can be durable, man, I think that's his ceiling.
All right. G-Money, this question. Number one, what was your reaction when they hired the new head coach? And on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you on him?
Well, I don't know. Probably 5 right now. We got to see because, like we said earlier, the Eagles are in a rebuild. So it's going to take us time to get to where we want to get to. So I'm just being patient. I don't really know him too well. So I'm not going to judge right now. I just want to at least see the first year. Let's see how we play the first year, especially those division games because we got to beat the Cowboys and the Giants at least once. The football team, Washington football team, we'll probably lose against them, but we got to get one against the Giants and the Cowboys. We can't lose to them twice.
You're not beating the Cowboys.
How do you
Yes,
feel
we
about
are.
the
We're gonna
staff?
get one against the Cowboys.
How do you feel about the staff that he's putting around the team?
I think what they're doing is good. I think it's going to work eventually, but like for the first year, first couple years, we're going to struggle. That's just true. That's just true. Yeah.
By the way, I'm bringing my boy Joe on every time you guys play the Cowboys. So
listen, we getting one against the Cowboys every year. We're not losing both. We're not. No, we're not losing both. I'm sorry.
Hey.
At least one.
Hey, you gonna have a long season ahead of you, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gonna have a long season ahead of you because you ain't beat the Cowboys, you ain't beat the Giants, and I damn sure don't see you beat the Washington football team.
So we're going 0-6 in the division. That's what you're saying? Wait, hold on. With 17 games, is it still the same? Like six games in the division?
Yeah.
How is that going to work? Okay.
It's still because they have the Dolphins playing the Giants week 18.
Okay.
In Miami, which is good.
So it's just one. Everything is still the same. It's just one extra game against.
Yeah. So it's usually they have all 4 teams they play per conference each year. So they just added a random team. Well, I just looked at the Dolphins. I can't speak for any other team in the league.
Yeah.
But for the Dolphins, they added the Giants, where we don't even play the NFC East this year.
Okay. It's crazy. This 17 games thing. It's gonna get time to get used to it.
All right, G Money, you're on next. One more last team.
Oh, for the Chargers?
Who's next? No, Rams, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Chargers are next? Oh.
Chargers on the clock.
Oh, hold on. Give me a second. Well, with the Chargers, I'll give them Jason Owen, the edge from Penn State. I think they already have a good defense. They just need a little more pass rushing. So I like him with the Chargers.
Okay. I think they're going to take Jaylen Waddle. Honestly, I think Robert Woods is good. Cooper Kupp is good, but
we on the Chargers.
No, Chargers, not the.
Oh wait, the Chargers. Never mind. What? Why are there so many teams in LA?
Remember, Rams don't have a first-round draft pick till next.
Right.
That's right.
Okay, the Chargers. I saw Los Angeles. I'm just like, of course it's. Yeah, never mind. The Chargers. They're not taking Jaylen Waddle. I think for the Chargers,
this might be the pick for Farley.
I might say Kwity Paye.
No, he's already been taken.
Oh, he was already. Oh, by the Eagles.
No, I took him for the Giants.
You took him for the Giants. Oh man.
Well, technically, he hasn't been taken because the Giants was your pick.
Oh yeah, so never mind. So you can get Kwity Paye. Never mind. Go ahead.
I'm taking Kwity Paye then. I'm over Kwity Paye. I mean, the Chargers are. Well, we don't know what the Chargers are because they got a new coach, so we don't exactly know what they're going to be doing or what they're going to be rolling out or what they're going to do. But I think this draft will, at the very minimum, will be an indicator of what direction they're heading in terms of the way the style they want to play in. Kwity Paye, man, he's got some unreal talent. So if I was them, that's how I'd be going with.
That's your pick.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I'm sold on this Farley pick. They're getting older at the defensive back position. He can sit low risk. Well, it's pretty high risk considering he's a first round pick, but they won't be hurting as bad in the secondary at that point because he's a top 10 pick. And if he ends up recovering from that back surgery, he could end up being locked down for the Chargers. And you got Nick Bosa. I said Nick Bosa, Joey Bosa, and I like Nwosu. I like Nwosu. I can't even pronounce his first name, but I like Nwosu for the Chargers right now as far as pass rushing.
Yeah. It's a good point. I mean, I think at the top end, I actually think Farley is better than Surtain.
Yes.
The problem is Farley is like a top 10 talent-wise, but he's got like a 7th round back.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason why he's going to drop.
But I still got him going to the Cowboys.
Okay.
I don't think teams will take a chance on him because of that surgery. I think that he's going to drop. He might drop out of the first round. Really, that's just my opinion.
Knowing the Dolphins, if they needed a corner, they would have done it already.
Boy, I think whoever is going to pick him up is going to get him at a premium because he's not going to get drafted where he should get drafted.
That's true. Who got the Patriots? Me?
That's 13. No,
That's
that's
Havoc. That's Havoc, right?
I just
yeah. Hey, I was supposed to pick, but go ahead. No, we're just gonna go.
You want
This
me
is
to
the last few anyway. So we're
Yeah, the
number
last-
one anyway.
Oh, we're at the Vikings. My bad. We're at the Vikings. I'll let you have the Vikings.
Yeah.
I want the Patriots.
Okay.
Pay for the Vikings.
At number
See.
14, the Vikings.
Hold on.
Where you going? Where are you going?
I'm gonna have to say Tyson Campbell from Georgia, defensive back. They need some more defensive help. They need secondary help bad. They got some good offensive. Either that or Jaylen Waddle.
Man.
Yeah. Okay. I can see that.
I can see secondary help for the Vikings.
Because they already got they got Jefferson and they got Thielen. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And they got Kyle Rudolph. They got the offensive firepower with
Rudolph
Dalvin
gone.
Cooks. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
Rudolph is gone. They have
Yeah.
Irvin Smith.
Yeah, I mean,
Irvin Smith.
Waddle would be kind of like drafting at a position you're already pretty strong at. It would seem, but look, the Vikings. The issue at one point they had like a 1-year window where they had like a really good defense, and it's effectively been broken up. And what have they been on the search for? Basically all last season. They
Defensive end, pass rusher.
Daniel Hunter not working out. They brought him in Ngakoue. Ngakoue got shipped back out. You know they're looking for pass rush. You're looking for an edge rusher. I don't think Kwity Paye is going to be there because I think he's going to
Actually
a pick before them.
I'll say Boogie Basham then.
I mean, I would. For me, I might.
Azeez Aguilar.
I might actually. I might go with Jalen Phillips. Actually, I might go with Jalen Phillips.
I actually had Kwity Paye for my Minnesota pick.
Okay.
But Jalen Phillips is he could go anywhere actually.
Yeah. He's a wild card.
Yeah. I got the last one right with Arizona. Then you got
two.
New
We got we got 2 picks. We got number 15 is the Patriots and number 16 is the Cardinals. So
right.
I'm gonna go with the Patriots.
Okay.
Now.
So at the end of the day, hold on. I still haven't finalized my pick.
For the Vikings?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that defensive back from Georgia. They're gonna need help in the secondary.
Okay. All right, New England Patriots on the clock now. Since Nick Saban and Bill Belichick have such a connection, I went ahead and went Mac Jones. And I know there's a meme out there right now of Bill Belichick shaking his head at Mac Jones's pro day as far as his erraticness as far as accuracy is concerned. But I feel like that's more of a Josh McDaniels type of quarterback is a Mac Jones, your next Tom Brady.
That's who I had too. That's a good idea. I also thought Xavier Collins too in New England would be a good fit.
Well, all I know is at this point, Jaylen Waddle is still on the board.
Really?
Jaylen Waddle is still on the board. If I'm New England, I'm jumping on it. I'm jumping on it. He'll be clearly the most athletically talented wide receiver.
Yes.
In how long? So, I think as I think the Patriots are starting to learn, man, that Tom Brady effect, man, that thing long gone. You better start, you better start battening down the hatchet. You know what I'm saying? Start building up the reserves. You gotta play by the same rules everyone else play by. You can't be out here throwing around these the kind of the garden variety wide receivers. They're known to throw the Deion Branches of the world. You know what I'm saying? Like
Wes Welker.
Just kind of get by with guys, man. They gotta get some they gotta get some pit bulls out there at the wide receiver position, because you're trekking out Cam Newton or Jarrett Stidham. You need some wide receivers now. You can't play that game anymore. Jaylen Waddle, most dynamic wide receiver on the board. It's not even close.
But do you think he would be available by that time? I don't think he would. But if he is, take him. Yes, obviously.
I'll put it to you like this: if a team before the Dolphins take Kyle Pitts, they're going to get Waddle.
If a team, wait, you said that if a team before the Dolphins take Pitts, the Dolphins are going to take Waddle?
Yes.
The Dolphins would take Waddle over Smith or Chase.
Yep.
You're lying. You're lying to the audience.
He's the best receiver in the draft.
Why? What do you mean?
I tell you why.
Waddle is not
because Waddle is a slot receiver, and that's what the Dolphins need right now is a slot receiver if they're gonna get one.
If the Dolphins want Waddle, there's one thing the Dolphins are not shy of. It's making a trade.
That's the best receiver in the draft.
They really want Waddle. They'll move down and get him. They're not going to take him at 6. Why take Waddle at 6 when you can get him at 10 or 12, probably?
Okay,
yeah, but knowing the Dolphins, they might miss out on both Pitts and Waddle. They're taking Waddle or they're taking Slater.
Here's my thing. If the Dolphins pick is gonna be, I don't think it's gonna be determined by the Bengals, but I think the obvious move for the Bengals is taking Sewell. And I think the obvious move after Sewell is Pitts. Just from a talent standpoint, I think Pitts is the obvious pick after Sewell. Now, if the Bengals switch it up and decide to take Pitts, then I think the Dolphins will take Sewell. I think that's who it's between for the Dolphins. I think it's between Sewell or Pitts. And, I know there was a lot of early talk about the wide receivers, but I think they could address that. And quite frankly, I don't think the Dolphins are done trading. I don't think they're done trading.
Okay, so let me ask you this. If Sewell and Pitts are off the board, where do the Dolphins go then?
Probably Chase.
I'm going Waddle.
Okay.
I agree with you for once, DeVore.
Me too.
Okay.
Speed kills Havoc, and I'm tired of hearing you Dolphins fans crying about you got to give Tua some help. He needs some separation at the wide receiver position. So there you go, Jaylen Waddle.
Ooh, boy, I like Waddle. I think Waddle is better than Ruggs, but they seem similar.
I can't argue. I cannot argue.
That's my thing with Waddle. I like Waddle. I think he's very talented. I think him and Ruggs are very similar. And I don't know if the type Ruggs is exactly the type of wide receiver that the Dolphins are fiending for, particularly if a guy like Chase is still there, who I would consider a complete wide receiver.
Okay. G Money, last pick of tonight's part 1 of the draft.
Okay, so I got the last pick. Isn't the sexiest pick, but it makes sense. Got to protect that little guy out there in Arizona. Got to protect him. Jackson Carman, the guard from Clemson. I think that they're gonna stick with the quarterback that they have, and because he's so small, I don't want him to get hit so much and get injured. So you got to shore up that offensive line. I know that they need receivers. I get it, but I think that you got to protect the future first.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna draft some stilts.
For me, Rashawn Slater is the best player on the board. So I think that's an obvious pick if he's still there.
I was gonna say Najee Harris because they need a running back.
Ooh, well,
and that'd be a good spot for him to go at. I hate to say it because I want him at 18, but
well, I like Najee Harris. I think Najee Harris is going to be available past 18. But we'll see. We'll see.
I wanted to go DB for the Cardinals. And at this point, I feel like Asante Samuel is a little bit too high right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like they're going to roll the dice and go with Asante Samuel. Since we can't do trades.
Right. And we know trades will be made.
Yeah, trades will definitely be made.
Yeah.
Because I strongly believe if looking at this draft order right now, the Patriots are definitely coming up.
Listen, I was just gonna say that the Patriots are gonna trade up, I promise you, and try to get Trey Lance. I think they're gonna try to get him. That's my prediction.
I will say, just for the draft overall, if the Dolphins pick one player, I'll give him a thumbs up for the whole draft, and that's Javon Holland. Something about that dude, man. He just seems like one of those special. It's almost like an Antoine Winfield Jr. situation, like last year, where this dude is so talented and he's staring you right at the face, in the face, and you blink. Dolphins don't need to blink this year.
They should have took safety last year, but
that's what I'm saying.
I will.
Antoine Winfield Jr. was right there, son.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised no one picked what's his name? Azazi's. Oh my God, I'm butchering this name. The guy from Georgia. Nobody picked him in this 16 pick.
I had him for the Vikings, but y'all went Quiddy.
Okay.
Yeah, I had Quiddy.
Yeah, me too.
But I'm gonna say again, trades will most definitely happen. I can see it as we just went through the first 16 picks for sure. I got the Patriots trading down, but anybody else wanted to add anything before we ended up closing this thing out?
None.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's almost no accuracy to a mock draft more than 2 weeks before the draft. So just take that into mind.
True.
This is just a vague understanding as we see the chess pieces April 3rd. Don't bet on it. But it's a good blueprint though.
G?
I just know that again, I'm just gonna keep saying that there's no way I can't see Jaguars not picking Trevor. I can't. That would be a surprise if that didn't happen. If he's not the number 1 pick. As far as Trever Lawrence, that's all.
I can't disagree with that. Unless something miraculous happens, like he ends up, some video goes viral, him smoking in a gas mask.
Yeah, he'll still go number 1.
I doubt it. He may end up
Here's the thing. It's a lot easier for a guy named Laramie Tunsil to fall down. It's not quite as easy for a guy named Trever Lawrence to drop down. You got me?
That's a fair point. That is definitely a fair point.
Yes, sir.
Shake, what you got?
Not much, man. I'm letting the people know that I am putting my money on the wood, and if Tua is a starting quarterback, I'm gonna spend that money on a Kyle Pitts jersey. So,
You know, we're gonna end up using that. That put the money on the wood. That's gonna be like our slogan on the show. We're gonna keep using that, like that, put the money on the wood.
Put your money on the wood. Okay, as I said at the beginning of the show, we're going to be having the draft party. The NFL draft is the 29th of April. That is a Thursday. So feel free to come through and hang out.
The draft is April 29th?
Yeah, that's what I said. It's so late.
Yes, it's April 29th. Yep. It's a Thursday. So Thursday evening, 8 o'clock Eastern.
Last year's draft was like June something, right? July something, right?
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean,
yeah, of course. That was due to circumstance.
Different times.
Because the draft is usually like April 15th or something like that.
Like the middle of April, yeah.
I swear that the draft just crept up on me. You just said the 29th. I was like, man, that's real soon.
Mm-hmm. So yes, come through and hang out with us. Share your knowledge or voice your opinion as far as who your team. Doesn't matter what team you root for. Come on through. Again, I also wanted to say thank you to all the folks that have liked the Not for Debate Facebook page. We appreciate all your support. And the next Saturday is going to be the next 16 picks of the first round for our mock draft. So outside of that, man, please be sure to go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe button and most definitely share. This is the Not for Debate podcast. We up out of here, man.
Peace out, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.